Okay.
Studio. Reinhard, du hast gleich Besuch, und zwar Marianne Dissard und ihre Musiker. Was habt ihr vor heute?
Viel haben wir vor. Ich glaube, die wollen mehr oder weniger eine ganze Show aufnehmen, also soweit ich weiß 10 Stücke in relativ kurzer Zeit. Also das ist 4 Stunden haben wir jetzt geplant und ja, ich bin sehr gespannt. Das wird wahrscheinlich eher ein Studiokonzert fast.
Marianne hat 3 Platten unter Eigennamen gemacht, und ich habe heute gelesen, dass sie eigentlich immer wieder auch Aufnahmen mit ihrer Live-Besetzung gemacht hat, um Albumsongs zu dokumentieren. Das scheint dann jetzt so ein ähnliches Projekt zu werden, ne?
Soweit ich weiß, also auf der jetzigen Tour haben die schon in 3 anderen Städten aufgenommen. Peking, Rom, Paris. Muss ich jetzt nochmal nachgucken. Die habe ich jetzt nicht auswendig, aber irgendwie 3 Metropolen. Jetzt kommt Köln dazu. Ich glaube, das ist sie.
Okay, vielen Dank.
Dann schauen wir mal nach.
Tambourine. Yeah.
Nice.
And here's Libya. Beads, marbles. Yeah. It's what we use in the concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baby rattles.
Every time I have a tour, I take a day off where we don't have a show, and I go into the studio and I record what is not a live album, but it has the energy of the live shows we're doing. Because we are in tour mode, we're frantic with the energy of touring. There is that special buzz that you get from touring. And I want to capture that.
Since when are you working with these guys?
This is going to be the 3rd day we work together.
Okay.
This is a new band. Usually I've been touring over the years with a Tucson band. And this time it's the first time because I moved away from Tucson. Now I'm based in Paris. And so this is a Paris-based band. And that's new for me.
And you lived a long time in the United States.
20 something years. No, wait. 85 to 2013. It's 28 years.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's you think you're gonna stay 1 year in one place, and 10 years later you wake up, you're still in the same place.
It's such an accelerating thing, life. No?
It is, yeah.
You're not playing any instrument, as far as I know. Is that
No,
right?
I never learned anything. I always was surrounded by beautiful guitar players, so I always was shy about learning guitar.
But could you describe your way to a song?
Yes.
How did where do all these rooms from in your music, the harmonies, the melodies, the rhythms? Where does it happen? Where do you hear it first?
I come from making movies. I trained and I studied filmmaking, and I've done quite a bit of film as a director. So when I come into the studio, or when I prepare for a tour and I pick the musicians, I put it together like a director would be casting a movie. You have to find the right actors, and then you have to trust them. But you have to make the decision, and you have to create a group. And then you can let go. There's a lot of things I do not know how to say to a musician. I cannot say the name of chords, it doesn't make sense to me. But I have an idea of colors, and I have an idea of construction, because I'm an editor also of film. I think in those visual terms. So when I'm doing a concert, or when I'm creating an album, I'm thinking layers, I'm thinking editing. So I have an idea if a song needs to be big or small, and then I try to communicate. It's funny sometimes. When you try to talk to a musician and talk in colors, you get strange looks sometimes. But it works. It's a strange recipe. It's mysterious.
Yeah, but how much is improvisation and interaction on stage?
Well, it depends on the band. When you've been working with the same band for a long time, you can improvise, you can feel each other. With Yan and Alison on this tour, it's very fresh. But I'm lucky that Yan is somebody who's very instinctual, and who also, for the first time for me, is able to understand my lyrics, my words, because he is French. And he's also very used and very sensitive to words and their meanings. And to me, it's really the first time I can have someone who can respond to a word and illustrate a word and create from the meaning of a word in French.
Is there anything special what you expect from a guitar player?
Yes, I expect him to be an animal, to have that that almost like a cat, you know, just be ready, be quiet and calm, but within that calm and that quiet, be ready to jump. You know, it's this like animal calm that is completely awake. And I try to be like that on stage also.
When I listen to your music and to Jan's music, I thought I hear a lot of some kind of a soundscapish darkness and some desperate moments, but also something like beauty and hope. And he's often he's coming into a noise thing and he's exploding and then he's back on a melody. And I hear the same things in your music. Is that what I said before? Is that a parallel?
Yeah. I
Aspect?
first heard Jan's music 10 years ago when he was on tour with a band called a singer called Miosak, and I remember already knowing that this was a special way of playing. And I think in the back of my mind, I've always compared all the guitar players I've had since I became a musician in 2008, 2009. Always compared them in my mind to Yan, without ever dreaming I could one day work with him. So this is a dream come true.
Okay, thanks a lot. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Donne-moi 2 minutes, il faut juste que je signe des trucs. Désolée.
Did you turn up your headphone? Maybe it's very soft right now, because if I bring everything up here too much...
it has changed now. For me it's perfect.
Because if I turn things up too high here, it might distort. You have a volume control. Did you turn it up a little bit?
Yeah, I turned it up.
12 o'clock. Okay, here's the link.
I can turn it down now.
No, leave it up, otherwise it's getting too hot in here.
Yeah. For me, the sound is it's okay, it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
On this tour, you only play an acoustic guitar?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But you
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I play.
So you have a line 6 modeler?
Yeah.
And then
A rat and just and a microphone for like that. I play acoustic like that. Play.
are you doing that?
With my looper, I play with my volume pedal. You know, if I open. C'est donné. Like I can play.
Jan, is there any special guitar player who influenced you in playing this way?
It's special because at first I was not a guitar player, I was a banjo player. I start by playing banjo, 5-string banjo.
I saw you playing banjo in the videos.
Yeah, I was a banjo player younger, and after I played guitar when I was 15. And I start playing banjo, and at the start I was playing more country, things like that, country and rockabilly when I start. And a few years later there was a big influence on me, like people like Adrian Belew, Robert Fripp, Arthur Lindsay, very cerebral musicians. And I think my style is, after my influence, is a mix of all the country and rockabilly sounds and very atmospheric guitar players. Yeah.
You mentioned Adrian Belew. Did you also listen to Reeves Gabriels?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I play acoustic, but in France, there's lots of people who talk to me about Reeves Gabriels too, because we use different gigs when I will see you if on photos of my electric pedal board, because I play a lot of electrics with hollow body, and I use lots of sounds in that instance. But my first influence was really country and rockabilly, and after suddenly there was all the Bowie stuff and Talking Head stuff with Robert Fripp, Adrian Belew was a really big influence.
Did you ever listen to the music of the Norwegian guitar player Terje Rypdal?
Oh, I heard, but I don't. Yes, you're not the first one who talked to me about that, and it's really incredible. It's and really great control of the tonation. Yeah.
So you told me that your gear situation now with Marianne is completely different.
Yeah, this is my acoustic set. For electric, it's completely. I've got a really big pedal board with distortion, delays, compressor, whammy, wah-wah, univibes. Here it's my. When I play acoustic, I like to play acoustic, but I need to have. Like I'm alone playing on guitar, so I did this thing to have possibility to play electric parts simultaneously. Like that, I can play. Like that, I can play. And it's cool.
Are you more?
The only problem is that we play acoustic with electric sound. We forget that we play acoustic, and sometimes we are doing bend like an electric guitar, you know, and suddenly say, "Oh my God, it's acoustic! It's not an electric."
What was the most important album to you as a guitar player? Is there
as
any
a guitar
album?
player, or I won't say there's album for me as musician, because when I first started music, there was a band, there was T-Rex, things like that. But as a guitar player, I think I could say that Scary Monsters of Bowie was a very great album with a guitar, you know, with Robert Fripp tones, with things, you know, that I really like. Yeah. That was really a thing, yeah. That was really things I really loved. And the first T-Rex albums was really important for me, and I will say all the Shadows album of Marvin, all the guitar, the twangy players of the 60s.
Okay.
That was really a really important album, but I will say the first album who wants me to make music was Electric Warrior of T-Rex. And after I discovered there was the Scary Monsters, things like that. And I love all the album where guitar like Chris Spedding was playing, the old Rubber Garden stuff, and things like Stray Cats too, you know.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay. Yan, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Et bonjour, I say it in French, bonjour aux lecteurs de guitare and basse.
Merci.
Merci.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. That's the
Once
feeling.
again.
Ce matin, je dors.